Hello everyone. Today we're in Chattanooga, Tennessee at the same Jersey Pike crossing as we were the 2 days before. Go watch the other video. We're here today because NS12T has NS 4005 leading. That's the same heritage unit we missed yesterday, but this time it's leading instead of trailing. Right now, however, our attention is turned to the tracks as NS 126 comes through with an all EMD lash up. We took a quick plane spotting break before the gates activated for what we thought was 4005. As you can clearly see through your functioning eyes, that is not 4005. However, we had some more important business to attend to, so we ended up missing 4005. However, later in the day, we would pick up Big Steamer, and the three of us would head to NS's Debut's yard to see if we could find anything interesting there. Once we got up on the large overpass, two normal NS units started pulling out of the yard, with the leader only having one functioning ditch light for some reason. Once those made it under the bridge, Big Steamer caught out of the corner of his eye two Union Pacific engines pulling out of the yard to get a longer cut of cars. As an NS slug set shoved into one of the servicing sheds. Tracing that 10 minutes fast. The train with Union Pacific Power started continuing west. Now there was this SD-40 slug bear that we had seen very far off in the yard that was slowly crawling its way towards the bridge. Just as it was getting decently close, another slug set started shoving a cut of cars under the bridge, making for a perfect meet. After that, we headed down to the deadlines to see everything interesting there. First off is what Big Steamer claims is an ex-Conrail Jeep. He says that because of the low ditch lights and I'm too lazy to fact check it. Some Dash 9s sitting waiting to be rebuilt. And some SD70M-2s among other power being stored. We also headed down to a children's hospital down the road to see an ex-Central Georgia steam engine on long-term loan from TVRM.
There's a very horrible condition, girl.
After that, we headed up to this random spot we found on Google Maps to see a CSX grain train with a YN2 duo. Then this random NS manifest came out of nowhere, with a P5 on the leader. Sadly, besides one blast far away when no one was expecting it, they didn't blow the horn. Leader at a P5, and he didn't blow this. Of course he didn't. Where's no? It is now the next day. Big Steamer and Unstoppable Railfan have already returned home, but I'm still stuck here for one more half day of railfanning. But by far, this was the best one. Yeah, that ST40 right there, that's a 1650. It's a ST40 that somebody spray painted an NW logo on the front. Also thanks to Railway Lad for making me go down to see the camera, and that's why I ended up staying long enough to see it. I was gonna give him lines for this video, but he's asleep as recording, so don't tell him. After that, we headed back down to the Jersey Pike crossing for one more train. This train I assumed to be 280 with a horribly fouled horn on the leader. Okay, now it's time for the actual last train of the day. So, the keen-eyed among you may have noticed that my channel logo, yeah, this, happens to be the Reading Lines logo, just with my text slapped on top of it. Well, it just so happened that on NS-123 out of Elkhart, Indiana, NS-1067, the Reading Heritage Unit was leading it down in Chattanooga. Oh my! Look what that is! And while listening to the CSX WNA live stream, they just so happened to have the NS frequency playing, so I could hear that NS-123 was pulling into the east end of the yard, aka right next to Coffey's Cliff. I've only seen this unit once before in Perryville, Maryland, trailing on my really crappy tablet camera, so this was an amazing catch. I'm just gonna let this entire clip play out because, I mean, it's the Reading, what are you gonna expect? Okay, megafoam aside, we headed into the yard to see if it would pull up all the way. Spoiler alert, it didn't, but we were able to see some of the power there and better lighting than we did yesterday. But after that, it was time to hit the road and head home. But not before making one more little stop on the way. For those of you who know Strasburg, you know Strasburg Road's famous number 475. This is her only surviving sister, NW number 433. She sits here at the terminus of N&W's famous Abington branch, the last place the M classes ever ran, besides Strasburg, of course. 433 also conveniently sits right next to NS's Pulaski district. While this isn't a very active district, this has all the trains that come to me, including 16T and 288.
We move the freight this country needs. Like coal and steel